prodding, killing a few units here or there. Both players macroing very hard, getting a lot of tech. We see that and upgrades. We see that the Zerg is getting +2/+1 and ventral sacks. Just to again put the hurt back on the Protoss, because the Protoss is just harassing non-stop, and Zerg wasn't able to do anything much really. It looks like there was a DT skirmish, but that Overlord popped out in time to spot it. These drones should really get back to work though. Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, as a Zerg, he wasn't able to put the hurt on his opponent for a really long time. I guess he was trying to macro up or defend against those Phoenix harass, but that drop definitely is going to give him some sort of ability to put pressure back onto his opponent. Okay, Zerg is 200/200, Protoss is almost 200/200. At this point, as a Zerg, you should really be doing something, or else Protoss army is going to get out of hand and just annihilate you. Still not opting to go for a frontal engagement, rather just sitting back and skirmishing. These Hydras are in the wrong place at the wrong time. Protoss not going to be picking that off. Killing one drone, so that expansion is going to be delayed for just that while longer. Wow, look at how fast those Hydras are roasted away by those thermal lance on that Colossus. Looks like Zerg is going to be gearing up for some kind of airdrop play. But he doesn't. Well, now he knows that the Protoss is knocking on his front door. Well, I guess he could still load them up and just drop them at the back of this Protoss base. But whatever he wants to do, he's got to make it quick, or else his high yield will be completely decimated. And we see that the Zerg blob is still here doing a two-pronged, dropping some units into the main while not doing anything about the high yield. I would be really surprised if IMNesTea go for a base race again. Looks like he's not okay. It looks like he's not going to go for a base race. I was just going to say that because he does have units rallied behind his main bastion, if you will. So it's going to put some pressure back onto the Protoss. But this drop is doing a lot of damage. We see that no mining, or not that it matters in the main because there's hardly any mineral patches left. But a lot of tech buildings going down. I mean, the Starcraft could very well go down. He could even, after killing this Void Ray, kill that Robo support, so that no more Colossus will be reinforcing. Yeah, basically, Protoss is putting all his egg in one basket, because if he loses this army, which is not very likely, but in the event that he does, it's not going to be reinforced very well, and looks like this, yeah, looks very much like a base race, like what we see in Game 1. I mean, Zerg's main, well, natural has already been taken out. Main is going to die very, very fast, and third is gone. Fourth, and fifth is still up, but fifth is being harassed by some DT, and he's just rallying all his unit towards his opponent, not going to be engaging that army head on, rather striking his opponent back home. Yeah, it's really close to tell. I mean, even if Protoss, or even if any of them take out their base, they could just like hide another hatch or next to somewhere else. So that's the beauty of base races. Definitely not very utilized too much in StarCraft II. Looks like the main for the Protoss is completely gone. He could probably make those gates into warp gates just because it doesn't cost anything. And wow, this is, it's just so weird that Protoss ball it's being split in half and then reunited back together again. But at this point in time, it's so hard to tell who has the advantage. Corruptor is not really doing anything. Probably should be sending it over here to kill these Colossus. I mean, they aren't really that easy to kill. Even there is like a Stalker Death Ball guarding those Colossus. The Corruptor is not going to die very fast, so if he sent it in, at least it could delay some of the progress from that army. Natural just went down for the Protoss. Wow, action, constant action, non-stop all over the place. This Protoss army is chasing this Zerg army down, and it is deciding to turn back and fight. Oh, never mind, just killing that Phoenix, and it's looks like they are gonna commit. Oh, never mind, just killing those Graviton being Phoenix, and 1 round, 2 rounds going off on this Colossus, 3 round. Oh, Colossus getting a little too eager, running ahead of those Stalkers. Almost no corruptor casualties, but all 3 Colossus do go down, and he is not able to reinforce it at all. We see that he does not have a Robo Bay because it was sniped by that drop earlier. So this Zerg is just playing ring around the rosy, you know, just trying to. He is still hardly mining, but Protoss definitely has a higher economy, even though half of his probes are effectively unemployed. And this Zerg, wow, even boring those roaches, very nice. No observers nearby, so they're going to be able to stay there for quite some time. As a Protoss, you either have to leave a lot of Stalkers here, which means that they can't be destroying your armies elsewhere, or risk losing this expansion. And the probes are transferring over. Looks like he is going to go the secure route by placing his Stalkers over here. I mean, they do have blink, so even if they were immediately needed elsewhere, he can just blink them. And it looks like IMNesTea does realize that he is running out of gas. There goes the GG, and there goes the end of that. I mean, this base, even though, like I said, a lot of those strong probes were effectively unemployed, it was still more Harvester than he had back there for a while. Well, he's almost on economic footing if you're just comparing these 2 bases, because he did make a bunch of drones, but then he saw that all those transferring probes over here, and yeah, it's just running out of gas. Time is running out, and the Protoss even had a 3rd on the way in the high yield. Not sure if Zerg knows about this. Yes, he does, from that Zergling at the tower. So yeah, there goes the GG, and that is game number 3. Thanks again for joining me. This has been Landfall. Goodbye and good game.